eliminate. This time it's Hurts. Nothing happening there. Stopped by Phillips behind the line of scrimmage. Stacked a couple of receivers to the left side. First looks to the right side, throws, caught, but stopped shy of the first down. They go to the tight end, Dallas Goedert. And that kick right down the middle. So, 3rd and 12. Dart in the pocket. Dart's going to go deep, and that pass is going to be pulled in at the 21-yard line by Little Jordan Humphrey, who was just elevated to the active list.
He might be called Little Jordan Humphrey, but he's 6'4". And he knows how to go up and high point a football. And that time, he does a great job of just fighting.
That's most important next 7 hours of our gamer lives.
He's been very good.
In the pocket. I'm not going to sleep.
Down he goes. Brian Burns.
I will be up 9 o'clock like one of the kids, ready for school.
Dart hanging in, good protection. Dart throws, and that's going to be caught at the 41-yard line by Wan'Dale Robinson, who gets up and picks up a few more yards. Interesting formation. Dart.
All right.
Is he going to take off again?
Appreciate you checking in.
No, he finds an open man and hits him. Robinson stays in bounds.
I'm watching the Philly Eagles highlights.
For a touchdown. 35 yards. Whoa.
You get Robinson right here, and Zach Vaughn lined up opposite, but they bring pressure. Now you got eyes in the backfield. This is just backyard football. This is what Jackson Dart does so well because he stays so long. But the broken tackle, Robinson.
Yeah, you sent the what you call it? You sent the.
Tough to bring down. Good job of improvising.
I accepted it as soon as you sent it.
Once again,
right, cool.
rookie.
Yo, you the only person right now.
Could not stop him, but the kick right now.
I'm fucking surprised. You're the only person that I know confirmed is getting the game. That's confirmed picking up the game. Like, you know what I mean? It's on the same page as we are. Like, everybody else I spoke to, nobody said they wasn't getting it or whatever. One of my people was like, yeah, I'm getting it. I'll get it later. Later's not a good look. But all right.
That pass pulled in here by Goddard. Hurts on 2nd and 6 over the middle. That's caught. It'll be first down and goal. 4 receivers now on the right side. Little flip here, little trickery, and it works. Goddard.
What class you going with? I think you said assault, right?
Receivers to the right. What a look here.
I'm going with assault. I wanna take off on some sniper shit and just make a whole different kind of universal class of my own. But I figure I could do it with the assault too. I don't know. I'm gonna go out there and check all the classes. I've seen so many different reels about what you can do, all the new stuff, and I don't want to ruin it for myself. So I want to figure it out on my own. Okay. I came to that realization playing the beta. You know, the beta dropped. But right? Yeah, the beta for it dropped. I was like, all right, whatever. I mean, I'm always playing Call of Duty as well. I play both games. So there's really no disadvantage here. But I do hate Call of Duty. I only like Call of Duty because of the campaign and search and destroy. I don't play anything else. Like, I'll fuck around on domination and conquest, hardpoint, shit like that. I don't fuck with them zombies. And I really don't even like the Call of Duty fucking community. Call of Duty community sucks all the ass.
You can't stop it.
Pack of fucking racists, cowards, haters.
Series in New Orleans.
You name it.
Pulled in. That time it's little Jordan Humphrey against
Battlefield.
the practice
I don't think
squad.
I've ever in all my years of playing Battlefield, I don't think I've ever heard anyone
To
communicate.
the outside and making the grab. Giants have 2 timeouts.
That's the beauty in that. That's cool.
Moving, dancing, twirling.
You're gonna build up your assault and medic.
The first down.
Okay, first.
And the crowd
I don't
wants
know.
a flag.
I don't know why only a portion of your comments are showing up. Like, I can still make out what you're saying, but it's weird. But isn't that always been the experience here at fucking You Screwed? YouTube's new name, You Screwed.
Well, they answered. Heck of a drive, 15 plays.
Lip reader to figure that baby out.
17-20. Did the Giants win against fucking Philly?
The run start with a good run
Probably not.
by Barkley to the 25. They'll hustle to the line of scrimmage.
Then recon.
Ripley is the back. Stays in the block. Hurts.
I mean, out the gate,
And he's gonna be shot
just
to
being
40.
smart,
Better hurry, keep running.
truly,
No time to do anything, really,
out the
by time
gate,
they get settled.
like,
That's it.
just my opinion, IMO.
You can't spike it.
Bunch of receivers to the left side. Start
Just
with
dedicate the
away.
first 2 hours of gameplay to the medic.
By Theo
That'll be one of the most proficient times you can really rank up
incomplete.
and rake in the fucking points. Motherfuckers gonna be dying. Motherfuckers gonna be doing it, dying more than anything, more than any other fucking thing. Alright, motherfuckers be blowing shit up. Medics are gonna be on the joint. Once it's everyone harnessed, you know what I mean, garnishes and harnesses their skills, there'll be less dying. There'll be more choke points, you know where to go, not where to go. It's gonna be new to everybody except a few motherfuckers, and I hate that shit, man. They gave the game to like some influencers and shit. Motherfucker done had the game forever now. It's one of the people I follow on Instagram. I don't even follow him. I see him on the reels, and he's always giving information about, you know, what we're gonna see.
Will Dart try to do it himself? He'll give it to Scadaboo.
Come on, score.
Second effort.
He broke the line. Get him in.
One official said short, the other one says touchdown. So on the near side, he signaled touchdown, but you see the other official coming in and saying he's short.
Yeah, no.
He's going right
Bro.
through Zach Bond. Oh, that's a
Like-
touchdown, right?
Going assault.
I don't know what we're looking at. That's pretty.
If you're feeling like, okay, I'm a Battlefield veteran, I'm gonna go out here and rank the fuck up big time because there's gonna be a bunch of noobs walking all the fuck around.
Across the goal line.
Now watch Adoree Jackson's effort here.
I like to put myself on the better side of Battlefield shooters.
Even from a corner.
Was leading the cheers.
So you got the other half, Battlefield shooters. Now we got these Fortniters, fucking Call of Duty. They're all coming over. Did you see the new latest? The latest we got Search and Destroy 4v4. 4v4 Search and Destroy. You only get 1 life, and it's like 6 rounds. They just did the same shit that Call of Duty did, except took two less players. I like that. Really felt it should have been 5. You know what I mean? But I guess they made it a real super small map or something. Ooh. Let's go. What is this? 3rd? All right. Don't let them catch up.
He's able to execute and deliver.
Dart throws, caught. 7-yard gain. The Giants able to extend.
And Double Dragon? You pre-ordered? Double Dragon? What do you mean?
Rush 5.
The side-scrolling fighting game?
Got the first down and a lot more.
Double Dragon from back in the days?
Territory, Theo Johnson, the tight end. Eagle D trying to find the answer.
I don't have any heads up on the Double Dragon. Yeah, okay. So what, they got a new one? Different graphics, better. Like, they should have really upgraded that.
All right, his left.
Eh? Like, I think personally, fighting games,
So for
they
the
slacking.
moment,
They slacking. So much more could be done in a fighting game.
he's
Graphics,
down, which means, of course, Russell
breakability,
Wilson will
change
come
of map. Like, you could
in
really,
for the
you
next
know what I mean?
play. And who knows how much longer. Left pocket one. Claps his hands,
Comes out
gets
the end
it
of the month.
away, throws,
Okay, I'm gonna check
and it's
that.
incomplete.
Mm.
So it's fourth down. Well,
So what, they get a graphic
Darnold will be
overhaul?
back into the game when
Does
the
it
Giants
look
get the
like
ball. First
real,
and
or do they
first.
still keep the arcade look?
Hurts in the end zone.
Do they go simulation or arcade as far as like graphics?
Can Barkley get the first down? He cannot. It'll be 4th and 2. So the Eagles in this half.
There's nothing they can do, even if they score.
3 punts.
Wait, if they score, no, there's nothing they can do.
Pass caught Smith, and he'll get the first down and pick up about 15 in the process.
Well, there's still 12 minutes left to watch.
5 wide, 4-man rush, quick throw to the outside. Goddard again.
I've been meaning to pick up the new
Tackle right at the
new
line there.
Ghost game, right? The Samurai joint. But first time ever. Ooh, intercepted. Nice. Nice. Go all the way. He can go all the way. Well, that field goal range. Ooh. Okay.
Deep in Eagles territory.
But for the first time, I'm like, I pass on it. I'm like, nah. Because of Battlefield. If I pick up that game, you know what I mean? I'm gonna have to have some hours and time to focus and put in on that game. And now we ain't got that. I swear to God, I'm locked in mentally for the remainder of the year right now. Battlefield.
And what a job by Flott, who you could argue has been the most consistent corner for the Giants all year.
Graphics is a big upgrade. Looks good. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna check that. I already made a little mental note to self. I got in trouble for that game back in the days. I defied what my mother told me to do. It was literally the first time I ever defied what my mother told me to do.
To the outside goes the pass. Dillon makes that grab. Pickup of 8.
I had ran away from home when I was 10 for an entire year.
Deep downfield, and that is hauled in inside
And
the 40-yard line.
I lived with a Spanish family, and that's why I learned my Spanish. I learned all about cocaine, you know, the average things you would learn with Spaniards, if you will, or a Latin household. So at 11, went back home.
A fumble, and it's recovered by the Giants.
34-17. They are fucking up the Eagles.
Coming from our right with that hand right there, he did.
They said if the Broncos could do it, we could do it.
Drew Phillips is there.
So I came back home, whatever, but I had been, you know what I mean, out in the streets for a year. Woo, woo. So I had, you know what I mean, a little bit of the streets with me. I had I was working at a grocery packing bags, you know, at the end, just, you know what I mean? I'll pack your bags for you, help you with them to the car, help your grandmother with them back to the house type shit.
This kind of challenge,
boom.
Noise that's going to be deafening from the outside.
So I had some bread on me.
Who else at Scatteroo again?
I remember seeing the game, and I was like, "Ooh, what's this about? All right, I'm gonna come back and play this game." My mom had told me be in the house by, I think she said 7:30 or 8 o'clock or some shit. Mind you, I'd already been in the streets for a year. I'm thinking in my mind, was like, who you talking to? Like, curfew? What's that?
They play each other twice in 3 weeks.
I seen the game, I played the game, I lost track of time. I realized I lost track of time and didn't give a fuck. I walked back in the crib at 8:30. This was also officially the last time my mom's ever put her hand on me too.
Let's check in on the loan after a summer of fun.
Came in the crib, we was living with her her mother with my grandmother.
Wait to seed my lawn. I'm gonna do it during
Up in the
fall, keep it
projects
from going bald.
in the
Bald is
Bronx.
beautiful, but not my lawn.
And like came back inside, ooh, whatever, kissed my grandmother. My mom's was in the bathroom. She's like, she called my name. I already knew it was Smoke. But I'm thinking, fuck she finna do? She ain't finna, I don't wanna see the Cowboys and Jets, don't care about either crew. She ain't finna do shit in front of her moms. Like, the smoke we had was always private, you know what I mean? Nobody else in the family knew. My father and brother. She called me in the bathroom. I let her call my name. Normally I would come running. Yeah. I act like I ain't hear her. Matter of fact, I answered her from the living room. I was like, yeah? She ain't say nothing. I heard my name again. That's when I knew it was Smoke. So she upset. She called my government, huh? Yeah. I went in there, in the bathroom with her. She's in the mirror doing her makeup and all that. She had the watch. She said, what time does my watch say? I went to look at it. Pow! That shit went off like a hammer to a 4-5. Just bang! She caught me with the backhand. Normally, your boy would turn into motherfucking goo, nigga. I'd be up against the motherfucking wall sliding like a cartoon and shit. I ate that shit like how they be doing on the motherfucking the Spanish soap operas when the dude gets smacked. Well, they do them in the American ones too, but they really do it a lot in the Spanish joints. The dude gets smacked, he just eat that and then look back like, come on. I hit her with one of those. She went to fire up another one. I caught that one. Like 4 inches off my face on some Bruce Lee, Jet Li shit. And I just flipped her whole weight on her momentum rather. Her momentum and her weight. I pulled off some old masterful, the double dragon smack. Dead ass. Dead ass. The big dude that'll do that to you. That's how my moms used to be on me, B. Like, but I regulated, you heard? I hit it with the ultimate masterful jujitsu, taekwondo, use your energy against you move. Had her feet up against the back of the bathtub. She lost her balance. She was about to fall into the bathtub. And this was all by my doing. I had her lined up with the soap dish. I was about to sit her down for real. I was just gonna push. Oh, you get right in her stomach. And she'd have just, I probably would have just been coming out of jail now. But I probably would have beat the case from self-defense. But, yeah, double dragon. That is it. Games in general. A lot of games hold memories for me. Double Dragon, Turbo Outrun. I got in trouble behind these games. That's why, yet again, I can't wait. I hope the time fly. Look, we already got, see, we down to 6 hours and 26 minutes. Watch it. Watch at some point they're gonna remember. watch at some point. They're gonna remember. No. Watch some more. You talking about the game? I slightly remember that arc. Was that the cops versus robbers game? Maybe it was that's what that was, right? Around the time that Saints Row came out. They fucked that up. They did too much. But yeah, that's why 60 motherfucking half or less hours. I'm all in. With all that I've seen thus far, I already know. Perfection. And personally, I wasn't complaining about any previous Battlefield except, what was it, Battlefield 1 or something? In Germany, with the black dude on the cover. That shit was, it was alright. The whole game, nothing but bolt action and shit. I've always said they just needed to bump up graphics, don't change the shooting schematics, and let's go places. I said my compound would take you places. I never said they'd be places you want to go. What do you think? Yeah, that's the game when you use the cops going after the drug dealers. Yeah. Right. I was playing that game forever. Running around the map. Saints Row. We the big game for the pimp smack. For the pimp smack. You've been pimp smacked. Right. Pimp slapped. Gameplay on Double Dragons. Take a look at that. Show me the new Double Dragon game.
Have you heard? Tales of a legendary side-scrolling action game that once drove arcades into a frenzy?
It's back.
The series that enthralled countless gamers. Its spirit lives on today. Double Dragon Revive. A new story springs into action in the world of the original Double Dragon. Feel the fusion of tradition and evolution in a true modern beat-em-up action experience. This game is set in a desolate world, ravaged by nuclear war. Our heroes Billy and Jimmy learn that their childhood friend Marion has been kidnapped by the Shadow Warriors gang. To rescue her, the twin dragons rise once more. An homage to arcade classics. You complete stages to progress in this battle-focused action game. Players can choose from 4 characters. Repeated button presses perform dynamic combos to repel oncoming waves of enemies. You can grab enemies and pummel them, or throw them in your direction of choice. Slam them into groups of enemies, or even send them flying off the stage. Your attacks adapt to different situations. Near a wall, you can unleash a series of strikes. Smashing an opponent you grabbed into the wall triggers a devastating follow-up. When you're surrounded, unleash a powerful hyper blow to wipe enemies out in one fell swoop. Aerial hyper blows gain different properties depending on your current altitude. You've got a wide arsenal of attacks at your disposal. Find the best option for your current character and situation. Each stage is packed with diverse gimmicks. Use the terrain and objects to outwit your foes. Some gimmicks are formidable enough to take down even the strongest enemies in a single blow. Each stage has unique gimmicks. Make the most of them. Weapon-based actions, a hallmark of the Double Dragon series, make their return. From knives, to tonfas, to hammers packing some serious punch, there's a wide variety of weapons. Some items can even be kicked and launched as projectiles. Whoa! An enemy's charging in, glowing blue. Time your attack just right, and you'll land a perfect counter. This is a critical assault. Landing one stuns the enemy, giving you the upper hand. Watch your foes closely to find an opening. Landing attacks on enemies builds up your Dragon Orb gauge. Use weapon attacks, stage gimmicks, or land a critical assault for bonus gauge boosts. Once it's charged up, you can unleash your finishing blow. Clear out nearby enemies and deal massive damage. One fierce enemy after another stands in the hero's way. It's not just about fighting. Your creativity and reflexes will be put to the test. Try out different strategies to find your own playstyle. Work your way up to a perfect clear. And what's more, no beat-em up is complete without co-op play. Overcome tough stages together. This game features both online and offline co-op, of course. There's more to play beyond the story mode. Wreak some havoc
Up
with
to
a
4
friend.
or just 2?
The gold standard that once defined an era is now reborn, revived. Double Dragon Revive. Releases October 23rd, 2025. Available in both physical and digital editions. Pre-orders open now. As a limited pre-order bonus, an exclusive minigame, Double Dragon Dodgeball. Team Solsetskin steps up to the plate in Dodgeball to rescue Marion. Pre-order a game to get a whole extra game? Don't miss this chance.
Okay. Yeah. I can dig it. I'll pick it up. And it's funny. That's exactly what I was talking about. Before I even, right? I said, so much more they should do with games. I said fighting games, side-scrolling games. That's one of them. Okay. I'll throw one back at you. Arc Raiders. Oh, almost forgot. That's on the pickup list too. And then we good. What you just mentioned, I'll snatch that. Battlefield, Arc Raiders, and the Ghost, the Samurai game, and I'm done. Unless they drop a driving game out of nowhere. The new Resident Evil. Yeah, I missed out on the, what is it, the PlayStation State of Gameplay, whatever, where they show all the trailers of all stuff that's on the way. I don't watch them. It's been years since I do. Because I hate to know about something and it's like 2025, summer 2027. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, like GTA, for example. They done told us a whole fucking goddamn year and some change, 2 years before the release. Like, Jesus Christ. Go back to the old days when you got 3 months. But yeah, Arc Raiders. Arc Raiders. I got my eye on that. Reminds me a lot of Fallout, but polished up, and that's good. I'm almost finished Borderlands. Did you pick up Borderlands 3? I know that's gonna sit for a while because I'm not about to finish it in the next 6 hours. But I like that. I like the looting games. I mean, shit hitting all over the place, which is predominantly the same shit until you find some unique shit. Forza 6 on the other driving game. I swear to God, I don't know why I don't know if you can see what I see, but like all your comments, there's like 4 millimeters worth of the whole comment statement missing, right? And how can I fix that? I'll just look at my live through here. Maybe get a different look. Let's see. Give me a second. My videos. And of course, they don't have me live. These motherfunkies. It doesn't even show me live. Like. There we go. All right. The trailer. Whoop. Show me live. Like. Drop the volume. And now I can see your comments. And they stay on the screen here. On this pad, I have to keep hitting the screen. The comments disappear. And they ain't even showing up fully. Some fucking bullshit. Well, hold on, I got you. Let's put this here. Prep this next blunt. So what you said, see, and I didn't even see that. Gameplay on Double Dragon is out. Peep it. I figured that out. What'd you say? Forza 6, only other driving game I'm looking at. Haven't heard anything on Ace Combat. And I haven't played that in eons. But you know, it's a good thing to play. All things Battlefield. Or the Windows Flight Simulator. Help you the hell out like a motherfucker in Battlefield. There's a mob of games coming out. I have on my wish list. Okay. YouTube haters working their magic, I guess. Yeah. Exactly. I picked up on it years ago. Alright. Ustream, right? There was an issue. And motherfuckers had to restart their entire subscription list, follow list, right? It was that, then what was next? It was Ustream, Daily Motion, and they had their set of bullshit too. And YouTube. And YouTube was alright, and is alright, comma, but is of my belief, my opinion, and belief that they took the contract with PlayStation, with Sony, and maybe Microsoft. I don't know if I think they go live on a whole other different thing, which would be Microsoft. So, and maybe they can, but they put us in our own compartment. You know what I mean? And the managing at the managing team at YouTube, they said, "Oh, okay, this new crew, a lot of community of people coming over that we got on. All right." So, because people, not one influencer streamer from the Sony PlayStation first, when the shit started back in 2013, to this day has become anything. Where they at? Who? When? Please. I'd love to see that. Who? I'm gonna miss something. Nobody got that internet fame, YouTube fame, you know what I mean? No. They elected their own from people that they already had on their side doing things. I think it's development team. Until down. Got a VR shoot on a roller coaster. Looks fun. Yeah, I saw a lot of the VR. I thought the VR was going to take off. It did, actually. I just haven't jumped on board. I tried the Oculus. I got it for my daughter, the Facebook VR, and I got dizzy and shit. I was like, okay, I'm good. This is exactly what we're not doing. I'm not gonna be fucking falling into the coffee table. What happened? I caught vertigo. Nah. So I stayed away from the VR, but it is cool. I saw a bunch of shit that we don't even have on console, you know what I mean? It's like, damn, why didn't you just also make some of these VR games controller as well, with controller applications, And yeah, like I said, and I didn't know that, right? I was just like, oh, let me see this thing. All right, yeah, cool. Is it control? Okay, yep, left, right, got it. Oh, it's nice. It's cool. All right, yeah. And I was just in a room. Well, I forget the game, what it was. It's like, all right, yeah, it's decent. All right, cool. Here you go. Took it off and I was like, whoa, wait, I got hit by a wave of shit. Like, sit down. I was like, what the fuck? Hold up. Whoa. Here, okay. And you're fine, right? You're good. You don't get dizzy? No. I'm used to it now. Oh, okay. I never want to get used to it. I'm cool. Video games never made me feel dizzy. All those messages we get on the before the game loads up about seizures and what have you and epileptic light and all that, none of that shit's ever affected me. Not even slightly. That happened. This is whenever the Oculus came out, so years ago. I was just like, yeah, dude, this is exactly what we're not doing. My drone. I have the FPV drone. I'm sitting down though, but I notice when I take it off, I'm like, okay, back in real time. Feels different. We good. Out loud note about Battlefield. Gotta check that pilot setting. You need to have Imperial in there. I know it was somebody's idea of a bad joke to leave it out in the beta. But I like how they got training course now. Well, like, you can go, like, you don't have to go live match and fuck up the damn helicopter for everybody in the match and everyone's got to wait another 3 minutes for the respawn. You can actually, I believe, go to training and just, because they allow us to make maps now. I can't wait. I was thinking about remaking a Ghost Recon map, the Peninsula. Taking them way back. Or the Village. Just do, you know what I mean? Watch a side-by-side of it and just remake it. We can make our own fucking Battlefield maps, bro. That's serious. Playing the Ace Combat in VR. Took some time to get used to. Creed boxing. I would have fucked around and broke something in my room. I feared that too. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna end up breaking something with this VR headset on. Like, I literally played all my games. I was on Assassin's Creed, like, just now. I just got into that, the download they just released. It's pretty cool. That's a really good game. But did you hear there was a lot of fallout because of the game? Because they had the black dude as the Shogun, and that's a true story. People were upset. And they were going to make the next one with a black dude again, killing KKK members. Don't tell me how that was going to go over. I don't know, but they were in uproar about that too. I swear, I had saw a reel on it. It's not for real. Was it Ubisoft? Yeah, they're under fire for that. I think they should. They already did it in Assassin's Creed Black Flag. When they covered the slave trade. All right. I wasn't mad. I thought it was cool. All right. Stay safe. And of course, I'll see you out on the battlefield. We deploy in 0600 hours. Roger that.
That they've let teams score on them. That's the total amount of points, and that's just ridiculous. But I don't know if you really count this game as a bounce back game or a revenge game if you don't have Lamar out there. Do you really count that, Killer?
See, the thing is, this is what I was arguing with Michael Irvin about. When you go to your record and it says 6 wins and 3 losses, whatever, it don't say 6 wins. Week 5, Lamar Jackson wasn't playing,
right.
So therefore, this shouldn't really be a win. It just say the win. Right. I understand where you're coming from. I say that too because it may not benefit you down the line for playing an extraordinary team and you you got that shit win. But every win in the NFL counts. See, I was having this argument with the niggas, which we always argue about. Basketball is a little different because if you lose in basketball, you have tomorrow or the day after to get it back. It's 82 games. Mm-hmm. Every game in football kind of counts. That's what Michael Irvin was saying. 0-3 is the danger zone because you only have 17 weeks. It's not an every other day sport or back-to-back game sport. 17 games, 17 weeks, every game counts. So once you make it to the playoffs, even that, fighting not to be in the wild card, fighting to get home field advantage, all these games count, whether Lamar Jackson's playing, whether Joe Burrow's playing, every game counts. And back to the shit we always talk about, best ability is availability. If they're not available, it doesn't look good. Not only that, Derrick Henry's not looking like he looked last year, even though congrats to him. I think he went to number 5 on the leading rushers of all time list, passing Walter Payton, if I'm not mistaken. The fans, if I remember correctly. But Pittsburgh didn't start off good last year, but it's one of those situations like, whatever, we're not worried about the people in the division. It was Pittsburgh's bye week start.
Yeah.
So we don't know how Pittsburgh's going to look. Pittsburgh has not been looking that bad. They're not looking terrible, and they're not looking the best, but they actually are leading in the division. And if you give somebody like Aaron Rodgers, great football mind, and you get somebody like Mike Tomlin, great football mind, to sit down and figure this shit the fuck out, Baltimore will be out the door before you know it, if the Pittsburgh Steelers stay on the stride they're in right now.
I mean, the first 4 or 5. What is this? Their 5th game. They're what was the number? I think it's like 177 that they've let teams score on them. That's a total.
I'm being serious because why would you pick Fort Dix out of all of it? Nobody in your family lives in the New York area. Your mom, who you say you want to spend so much time with, she lives in Miami. You got a house in Miami. I don't think any of your kids have their own home. They're all living under one roof. Now, I don't mean they're living in one apartment. I mean, granted, it's a mansion, right? So, I mean, I guess the mansion got 30 rooms. Might well have your kids living there. But you got a mansion in Star Island. And you got a mansion in Los Angeles. I don't think any of the kids have their own homes. And even if they do, they live in Los Angeles or they live in Miami. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Maybe I am wrong, right? Listen, Jamie says Justin and Chance live in New York City. I wonder if Sarah moved to New York City when the daughter went to school or if they already lived there. Okay, but did he say he wanted to spend time with his mama who might not be here much longer? I mean, I hope she is here for many years longer, but you see what I'm saying. Baby Love don't live in New York City. Didn't you say I want to be the best dad I can? I gotta be there to check her in, right? Baby Love gotta put her hand up onto the glass and be like, Dada, I love you. You know, Baby Love don't live there. The twins don't live there. 85% of his kids don't live, well, okay, not 85, but 75% of his kids don't live in, y'all see I had to do the math. 75% of his kids don't actually live in the New York area. Again, why did you want to do the New York area? Even Justin living in New York, I heard Justin was just staying there temporarily. Chance is in college, so
the cop's gonna go to shoot this woman's dog and he kills her.
Hey, stop it! God, my kid! Get your dog!
Quack, quack.
You stupid her? Did I? Oh my god. Oh my god. You shot her! Did I really? You shot her!
Selfish fucking pig, dude.
Dog attacked me. I pulled my gun and shot it and I hit her.
You could go to your city council and pass a citywide ordinance that cops are not allowed to shoot the dogs in your community, and then they will be murdering the mother of children in the streets.
Tim. Shh, Tim. I'm going to prison, Tim. Who was?
As this woman is bleeding out in the snow, he says, oh my God, Tim, I'm gonna go to prison. Not, I left this child motherless. Not, oh my God, the poor woman who I shot. His first thought is what's going on in his life, in his world.
Did it attack me? I shot the dog and I think I hit her. I don't know where though. Oh my fucking God.
She dies because he had to shoot her dog because he was scared. The cop's gonna go to shoot this woman's dog and he kills her.
right. Okay. First thing, I know.
And I think Brock Purdy knows this because this is how he got his money and his job, with somebody being hurt. And what happened is he was playing in the beginning of the season. He got hurt. Mac Jones came in and started playing good, got them 2 victories, and then Brock Purdy rushed back like, hold on, nigga ain't taking my spot. And then Brock Purdy got hurt again. Mac Jones steps in, gets 342 yards passing, and gets the victory. So now, I don't know Brock Purdy's timeline on coming back, but what do you do if you're Kyle Shanahan?
Yeah.
Do you sit there and say, we got chemistry because Mac Jones is 3-0 this year. Whether you like it or not, he's 3-0. And when you have the chemistry going with the team, whether you're a superstar or not, sometimes it's based upon chemistry. Now, that's how Kaepernick got his job. Alex Smith got hurt, same organization. Alex Smith, I think Alex Smith lost one game. I think he went, if I'm not mistaken, 20-1, something with the 49ers when he was 19-1. Got hurt, sat down 6-7 games. Nigga said, nah, we good. We got this curly-headed black nigga. He all right here, you know what I'm saying? We gonna fuck with him. Alex Smith sat down ever since then. Then got shipped to Kansas City. Same shit, star quarterback. Then they drafted who? Patrick Mahomes. Yo, we got this curly-headed, light-skinned black nigga again. We gonna need you to go Washington, wherever the fuck you wanna go. And because of injury, not necessarily Patrick Mahomes, but with Colin Kaepernick, you lose your job sometime. And even though they gave Brock Purdy that money, and I think he's the quarterback of their future, what do you do in this scenario? And that was something that I said on the first take. What I said on the first take was exactly like, look, it's the big disparity between starters and backups. This is not the case in this situation, where you have a backup quarterback taking full advantage of the opportunity that he's given, now to where somebody like Cam is questioning, so y'all gonna put Brock Purdy back in when he's ready? Because to me, Brock Purdy is not gonna be ready for a little minute, but Brock Purdy knows this is how he got his job. He got his job with Garoppolo and them niggas being hurt. So he's panicking in my brain. If I'm Cam looking at it, because he shouldn't have came back. Even when he came back, he's out. But he said, Mac Jones looking too good. Let me get the fuck out there. And got hurt. So you know in the NFL, it's about continuity, chemistry, and I don't think they get rid of Brock Purdy. But if shit goes right, they may sit a nigga down for the season. 342 yards, 3 wins as a backup quarterback. Good job, Mac Jones. I got to give you a lot of credit because we're sitting here and seeing other backup quarterbacks not living up to expectation. So the question is, Kyle Shanahan, what are you going to do if Brock Purdy comes back? And I think Brock...
So the Chiefs special teams unit is starting to make me a little bit nervous, and here's why. Heading into the Week 5 matchup against the Jaguars on Monday Night Football, there was only 2 special teams penalties, I believe, all year, but they had 4 in the second half alone, all on kickoffs. This came at a crucial time in the game, too. Third quarter, 2 minutes left, and beyond. That's when all 4 of these happened. There was a hold, a double team block, a kick out of bounds by Harrison Butker for the Jags' final drive, and then on the Chiefs' last kickoff attempt to return something, Jack Cochran got flagged again for holding, and that negated a 34-yard return by Rashard Smith. That obviously can't happen and has to get cleaned up. And then Harrison Butker, yeah, he missed that kick out of bounds. Dave Tope said it was a mistake. I mean, we all know that, but it's been way more than just a missed kickoff for Harrison Butker this season, even though I believe that's the first one he's kicked out of bounds. Week 1, he missed an extra point, a field goal week 2, an extra point and a field goal week 3, a field goal week 4, and while he made all 4 of his extra points week 5, he missed the kickoff. And when you are in these close games and you're battling it out, every point matters, field position matters, and they have to clean this up as soon as humanly possible, especially this week when you're going against a very high-powered Lions team. So the Chiefs special team...
I swear to God, I can go deeper than this.
They got a girl look just like Kate Kilkenny in the background. Shut up, Ray J.
Like, what's fucked up is that the shit bothers me every day when I see my daughter and when I see my son. Like, yo, I know they, I have 1 year left to make sure that they know who their dad really is.
1 year left.
I go through this, I crash out, and then after that, I shake it off, and then we get back into a good rhythm. And that's what we're about to do right now. Like, I ain't gonna let this shit, like, totally turn us into something else. So let's just get back and let's have fun. What y'all see, y'all know what I'm going through. I don't have no warriors.
Okay, so that was Ray J, and I know what you're saying. What the hell is Ray J talking about? Well, I will tell you. So fans watching, not what they expected compared to what they paid. They needed something to drum up attention. Every single time the Kardashians Hulu's, every single time the Kardashian Hulu come on, that's where they start drumming up stuff. Okay. Remember that storyline when Ray J was going live saying Kim and Chris paid me to do this and that? I always thought that this was a drummed up storyline, or maybe Ray J thought this was the time to speak up to see if he can get some money off of Kim. In 2003 or 2004, they paid him that money. That was the same season where Kanye got on the red eye, got the laptop from Ray J, and then bought it over to Kim. I don't even think Kanye knew it was storyline, but Kim and them knew it was a storyline. And Ray J being on the ones and twos, that actually brought the storyline to actually together. It brought the storyline together. So Ray J's trying to say that they paid him $5 million in hush money. Here's the thing. I think that he's actually really, really worried about this Alex Sparrow thing. I think that this hush money that Ray J claims they were paying him. I think this hush money was actually like advertisement. I'm being serious. I think they paid him $5 million to go out, act a buffoon.
Maybe y'all trying to kill niggas off. I swear to God.
You know, Jalen Green was one of these players that we possibly could have thought would be a franchise player for Houston Rockets. He's getting the commercials, he's getting the interviews, he's getting followed around worrying about who he's fucking and everything else. When you're not popping, they don't care who you fucking. You know what I'm saying? They don't care who you with. And not only that, the bad bitches or the baddies or the whatever influencers, reality TV, they don't want you either. They don't want no bum ass nigga on the bench. You was about to be that nigga, and what you did in the playoffs dwindled all your credibility as far as what you could do in the playoffs. Will you get that back? I'm not sure, but I do agree with what May said. That was what I was gonna say. This just looks like a scenario where Devin Booker's gonna be able to be Devin Booker again. I think Devin Booker, because we was looking at him as like a next Kobe Bryant, one of those type players. And when Bradley Beal and Kevin Durant got there, I think that he was trying to cater to them, not in a bad way, trying to fit in chemistry so they could all potentially win the championship. And it just didn't work out. So I think Booker go back to being Booker, like May said, where we might see these 40-point games, these 50-point games from him. You know, Devin Booker scored 70. A lot of niggas don't remember that. 70 points, that's not easy to do. I think we'll see that Devin Booker this season.
Yeah, that's when Vaughn come in the picture. His brother was really in the streets. Yeah, his brother was making his moves. So his brother, he knew Vaughn. Yeah, man, he know how to... And he introduced him to dirt. Right. You ain't hear, what's her name? Lisa from the block. What? What she said? She the one was going to court for King Von every court day, right? Right. She said D-Thing just all of a sudden popped up like a couple of months before Von got out. What you mean just popped? Like just popped up, started coming to court for him. What you mean coming to court for him? He started coming to court for him, then Von got out. So Von got off for that murder? Yeah. I thought he got off because the witness didn't show up. Right. When D-Thing started coming to court. I thought the witness was showing up at first. Exactly, until D-Thing started coming to court. Witness ain't show up, then Von beat that shit back out on the street. So it's that Von. So that's why Wooski brother Big Mike, you know what I'm saying? That's why Von was like, he snitched on me, he shouldn't have told and all that shit. Did he snitch on him or what? What street say? Man, they said Big Mike snitched on him. Big Mike said he ain't snitched on him. But do you think he snitched on him? Yeah, nah, he probably ain't snitched on him. And you know, Von come in the picture. His brother was really in the streets. Yeah, his brother was...
incrementally pull them down, just like so, right? You'll see that belt kind of travels through that opening, and you're just going to want to slip these rounds in through the back side, and then incrementally pull it down. Boom. Next belt opening. Boom. Really easy. This is super simple. Now, the one thing that you're really going to want to notice, why is this thing all greasy? Why do I have fingerprints all over it? It's because I lube these things with treadmill oil. A treadmill is a rubber belt. This is a rubber belt. Incrementally pull them down, just like so, right?
Jersey cops allegedly mocked the black man from recovering as he was recovering from brain surgery. Yep, brain surgery. But it didn't end there. According to the recently filed lawsuit, they decided to squeeze his scrotum and beat him during the arrest. Looking at him. Federal judge ruled last month that a lawsuit filed by a black male in Paterson, New Jersey, alleging that police officers illegally searched, they illegally beat, and illegally sexually assaulted him in 2022 can in fact proceed. U.S. District Judge Jamel K. Semper ruled on September 22nd that some of the claims of Benjamin Jackson have legal merit while dismissing others. In his lawsuit filed in November 2024 and obtained by Atlanta Black Star, Jackson, 35, alleges that 4 undercover cops in plain clothes stopped him without reasonable suspicion around 8 p.m. on November 6, 2022, as he stepped out of an SUV wearing a black fanny pack. In the moments leading up to the arrest, one of the officers, Muhammad Dumbasi, saw Jackson notice their unmarked vehicle, become startled, and widen his eyes while he abruptly slowed down his pace, the lawsuit says. He also reported that he saw Jackson touch his fanny pack in a way that armed individuals concealing a weapon often do. The officers, quote, wrongfully used these pretextual and alleged behaviors as justification to stop and frisk Jackson, who protested and declined their search, repeatedly asking them to call a supervisor. The complaint contends. Okay? So you have a pretext that is now part of the record. Pretext is, well, it looked like you may have had a gun based on the way you adjusted this particular item on your person. So that becomes the pretext to a frisk. All right? You're already starting on the bad foot here, the police. Now, the officer said they were going to frisk him anyway. Jackson was facing a building, had his arms up on a glass window, the lawsuit says, while officers confusingly told him if he didn't put his hands up, he would be arrested. Activity and commands, the lawsuit says, were captured on police body cam video. So Jackson then told 4 of the officers that he had stitches in his head from a recent brain surgery and that he suffers from seizures. The body cam video allegedly shows, despite this warning and his ongoing compliance, Officer Wizam Solomon violently threw Jackson to the ground, then kicked him, punched him in the face, chest, and stomach, and slammed his face into the ground, the complaint says, aggravating his brain surgery wound. Then the cop cuffed him and removed the fanny pack. Okay, so now, in my opinion, you have crossed a questionable frisk to an illegal assault. You are now in illegal assault territory. All of the officers did not engage in this manner at that time. It was just one. There's more. As he was about to walk away with Jackson's bag, the cop allegedly turned around, forcefully grabbed Jackson's scrotum, then said, quote, "That's for free, bro. Don't even worry about it," end quote. During this sexual assault, none of the other officers intervened to protect Jackson, who was handcuffed, the lawsuit claims. Instead, they looked on and laughed. Before I continue,
I really want this AK, but this is going way too slow. Let's go ahead and get these troops. Oh my goodness, that is so helpful. Okay,
this is now getting into gang-like behavior, right? It's not that bad cops do bad things. We expect that. That happens in every profession. There are people that are not worthy to wear that badge. We know that. But the individuals who are there watching it, sometimes they believe that they're better than the guy doing it because they're not engaged in violating a citizen in such a way. But the truth is, you are the protector of the corrupt culture. You are the gatekeepers. You're the ones who will allow the culture to continue to corrupt not only the agency known as policing, but communities that are policed by them. So you're no better. And without an enforcement for the duty to respond clause, you have a responsibility to say something. If you don't have a penalty for not saying anything, it doesn't matter that somebody says you should have said something. There's more. So the police report on Jackson's arrest said Jackson actually obstructed officers from checking his fanny pack. So that's their actual complaint against him, which was found to contain a handgun loaded with 5 bullets, reported NewJersey.com, NorthJersey.com. Despite his complaints of severe and painful injuries, Jackson was walked to and seated in a police car for multiple minutes as the cops berated him, the lawsuit says. Then, just after the police car left the arrest scene, a reportedly high crime area of Patterson, Jackson had a seizure, which Officer Melik Asad, who was driving, initially believed Jackson was deliberately banging his head around in the back seat, but then agreed to pull over and call an ambulance. When emergency medics arrived, Jackson told them he had just had a seizure and that one of the officers grabbed his testicles, which still hurt. The officers stood by mocking and laughing at his injuries, remarking they, quote, did not see him foaming at the mouth, end quote, and therefore doubted he had a seizure, the complaint says. So he was taken to the hospital. But isn't it interesting that cops will routinely say, well, we're not trained for that. We're not here for that. We're not trained to do that. But then qualify themselves to be medical doctors, to be psychiatrists, to be psychologists when it fits their narrative, rather than simply doing what the protocol says to do. If somebody says that they're hurt, you need to call an ambulance or take them to the hospital. That's what your protocol says. You're not a medic. You are not a doctor. You're not a nurse. You're not qualified to make a medical decision. If somebody says they're hurting, you take them to the hospital, period. There's more. So Jackson was taken to the nearby hospital where he was treated for the pain in his scrotum and given medication for his seizures, the lawsuit says. He was later diagnosed with an injury to his left testicle that required surgical treatment and was told that the severity of the injury could cause infertility. Yeah, that was a heck of a grab, wasn't it? Jackson was later convicted of unlawful possession of a handgun related to the November 6, 2022 incident. NorthJersey.com reported he was sentenced in February to a maximum of 42 months in prison, which happened. He was incarcerated at Bayside State Prison in New Jersey on to May 8th. He was then paroled on May 8th. His amended federal civil rights lawsuit charged the city of Patterson, its police department, and 12 officers with 13 counts in violation of state and federal law, including unlawful search and seizure, false imprisonment, excessive force, assault and battery, denial of medical care, and an equal protection violation alleging that he was beaten and mistreated by the officers due to his race. Let's put it up full mass. Atlanta Black Star reported that Judge Semper ruled that Jackson's claim of excessive force and assault and battery against 4 officers who were plausibly and specifically identified in the complaint as having physically abused him, officers Salome Dumbasi, John Rickowich, and Corey Davis, can actually move forward. However, he dismissed the counts after of the 8 other officers included. So those are the ones that were charged for this for civil court. Now, this is a somewhat mixed bag because you have an individual who actually did have a handgun. He faced a jury of his peers about that charge, was found guilty and served his time. He has now moved on with life. But you also have multiple police officers, according to that allegation, who decided to engage in a significant disruption of this man's dignity and constitutional rights. Too many times, because you can find an underlying criminal element, too many times the police will get away with committing crimes against you. That is not how this is supposed to work. And in this story, you have a shining example of an individual who technically illegally possessed a firearm according to the conviction. But he also was a victim of multiple crimes in the process of being arrested or searched. That is no proclamation that the evidence was planted. There is no proclamation that somehow they messed the charge up with the weapons charge. None. You see, it's interesting, isn't it? Put up the cops again. The person who said, okay, I will take the charge. I serve my time, I will admit. This is what it is. All right? No issue. Moved on to life. But the cops, you think they're going to be as noble? You think they're going to be as forthcoming, willing to accept their penalty for what they've done to him? The trust that they violated while having that badge? Hell no. Everyone think of it. All right, dear brother, thoughts here.
I mean, yeah, I think that the principle here is that multiple things can be true at the same time. Clearly, this gentleman had the possession of a firearm that was illegal, and as you said, was convicted for it, served time for it. That is completely a different world from the rest of the events that took place. I think that if you're seeing someone reach for a fanny pack, it can be for multiple reasons. But one of them can be because he recognizes that they're in unmarked cars, knows he has an illegally held firearm, and is trying to get rid of it and not try to cause more violence, but they will use whatever version of events in their minds to justify their actions. So I think what he underwent is disgusting, and I also think there is kind of like a symbolic element to it. I mean, they pulverized this person, and they potentially made it so that he won't be able to ever have kids again. That's not justice. That is, I think, some sort of very sick vengeance, I think. And hopefully these cops will have some kind of justice, but of course, not optimistic about it.
Yeah, and no matter what,
Atlanta police are blaming a local rapper's music video for the deaths of two teen-year-olds.
Cowardly acts of an Atlanta-based rapper that decided to go over into a rival stronghold in a music video.
Today it was announced the reason for Baby stepping away from music is because of his looming RICO case from the Atlanta DA. His best friends Young Thug and Gunna already went through it. Now it's his turn. Academics explained the feds are pursuing 4PF and Lil Baby on RICO charges.
So there's this journalist. He's out of Atlanta. Well-reputed journalist. His name is Jordan Chief. Like, he was the person who was very accurate on predicting that YSL was going to get indicted in the RICO. He's an Atlanta journalist, certified. He's really good. He's came out and he said that the Atlanta Public Defenders Council, like the office, they're basically their specialized unit for Georgia's Public Defender's Office. The one so the unit that specializes on gang cases says the office is actively preparing for a racketeering indictment on the 4PF and OMF case. Now, I don't know what OMF is, and that he expects Lil Baby to be indicted.
Rapper Young Thug would then react tweeting biggest liar in the DA office as he exposed Marissa and what she looks like. As DJ Academics explained Marissa's involvement on trying to lock up Baby.
What Young Thug did to have this is how you know this 4PF drill. Young Thug posted the woman. This is Marissa Vivierdo. He said biggest liar in the DA office. He posted her, okay? And then he also reposted all my homies hate Vivierdo. Now, this is someone who is a officer of the law. This is someone who is a government official. When you do that and you're under probation, the government is going to be like, oh, you sending a smoke signal that people should hurt this woman? That's why they're doing a motion to revoke his shit. Why did he do this? Because she's testifying in the OMF case, and she's basically saying, yo, OMF and 4PF, Lil Baby and them, they're beefing and they're dying, and indictment's gonna come down.
Marissa, the undercover cop, was able to obtain serious evidence against Baby. It reads, investigators on the stand, we are listening to wiretap calls. Someone mentioned that Baby had tickets on some people's heads.
Like, come on, bro, you know what's gonna go on. Like, how the hell you can, you know what I'm saying? Ain't like that, man. Got tickets on my
similar to Dirk's M for Hire. This resulted in the news of Wolfpack Global Music, a label connected to Baby, claims he's retiring from music, alongside the IG post confirming it. But this is where Baby outsmarted the industry, which looks like he's retiring because of Young Thug snitching. At this time, Young Thug snitching in the interrogation room would go viral online.
Yes, sir. Promises. Any promises? Just repeat promises. Whatever you mean, anytime you up, I'm gonna know about it. Tell me. I'll tell you in tell the world. What you want? Yes, you can. I don't have your number. Well, give it to me. If you ain't give it to me.
In Young Thug's leaked jail calls, he calls out Lil Baby for working with a rat, as he tried painting Lil Baby in a bad light, and the news wrote, a leaked jail call from Young Thug has surfaced where he's calling QCP a rat and speaks on Baby working with him.
He did the same thing he did. Stood up in court. Man, that was wham, that was your ever get to rock with a rat. Man, you be preaching about that too, man. You can't do that, man. That's the thing, bro. A rat, bro. I understand all that. Help put you on. What is it, man? A rat. I don't know what help. Give me $1 million. Man, you're a rat. Whatever you talking about. Imagine telling them niggas still beat the Kato.
Shortly after this leaked online, a very awkward encounter between Baby and Thug happened at a music event. Young Thug is so worried he's the reason Baby's retiring. He wrote on Instagram today, Wham, pick up the phone, talk to me. I taught you everything you know about this. We're for lifers. Rat's already winning. Don't let this divide us. You're a real guy, but you do real and hide it. You gave a couple guys, in this case $75,000, helping with their lawyers, and never spoke about it. I wish the world knew everything. When you don't speak up for yourself and show them that you're real, I try my best to do that. We're real guys. We're solid. We don't speak on that stuff. We're the foundation of men. We learned that from Pluto. Our OGs inspired us to do this music stuff. It's all love and respect on my end. But Lil Baby made a big mistake. While the feds were investigating him, he panicked and ended his record label. With it reported, Baby reveals he ended his record label to avoid it being labeled as a street team.
First 4 Pockets 4 had to come to an end. You know what I'm saying?
When you say of course, why you say of course?
Because that be going on. And I had to start learning that, like, other people's actions I could be held accountable for.
Right.
I ain't know all that at first. You know what I'm saying? I never would have went that route, but I ain't know. You know what I'm saying? Now that I know, I'd be a fool to just keep the same thing going. They trying to make something out of something that it ain't. And if I got any kind of control of, hey, we're gonna switch that whole thing up. It ain't even just about the police, it's just period. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never was supposed to make my label something that I talk about.
This made Lil Baby look incredibly guilty while he was being investigated, which led to the police blaming Baby for the passing of 2 people last summer. The Atlanta Police Department is calling out Lil Baby, saying his actions led to the passing of 2 individuals. The Atlanta PD announced 7 arrests have been made in connection to the passing of Jacody Davis and Lamont Freeman. The officer stated the incident started as a result of Lil Baby filming a music video last May, where 3 people were affected. As the officer added on, this team will work relentlessly to hold Lil Baby accountable.
The investigation aspect of this, Lamont Freeman was allowed to be a 13-year-old for 27 minutes before gang ultimately took his life. Gang violence was orchestrated by adults in our city, in cowardly acts of an Atlanta-based rapper that decided to go over into a rival gang stronghold and shoot a music video in a place that he knew he should not have been. And in the subsequent days, we saw and ultimately the deaths of 2 children as a result of his cowardly actions, and you know who you are. And I tell you that this team will work relentlessly to hold you and the persons that you are affiliated with responsible for those actions.
Because Lil Baby was recording a music video on an ops block. One lady nearby noticed that he was there and posted his location to social media.
Where y'all now? We over here kicking. We got Lil Baby shooting a video around here. You know how we do it at Snapping Taco? Baby, there he go. Y'all see him? He came to get him some tacos, baby.
led to Baby's rivals pulling up to the scene and committing the crime. But what's crazy is the police claim the ops never knew Baby was there until the social media post, yet they blame Lil Baby for the crime. And fans believe that Baby's career will be completely over if he gets arrested, with one fan saying, if Baby does get RICO'd, his career is just done. His music is already hanging on by a thread, as Academics said a crazy take on his latest album.
Man, you better listen. I don't know if Young Thug's still just on a vacation. Tell him you need him. You need him for a verse, a song. You probably need him to pop out his loud for you because it would have made it a little better. You need this. Okay, please. Yo, the crazy thing is Lil Baby confidently be previewing these. It's like, yo, they're hot. Yo, chat, I feel like the Monstars hopped out of one of them New Jersey drones and grabbed Lil Baby and shook the talent out of him. I don't know what I'm hearing thus far, chat.
Although people think Baby's being targeted for a specific reason, as we finally heard Young Thug speak on his relationship with Gunna for the first time since being released.
I just like to help people, you know. One of those artists was Gunna, and still tying something together. Yeah. Very successful on your label. Yeah. He was arrested about the same time as you. I think a lot of people wonder what that relationship is like now. Yeah. I know everybody wonder that. What's it like? I don't know.
Well, he doesn't really say much, but a fan account said, once y'all learn the effects of Gunna snitching in that YSL trial, then you'll realize why Thug and Baby will never be cool with him again. As they claimed that Gunna's plea deal could have implicated Lil Baby in some way, or he had to give up on 4PF to get his release. As it seems like the Atlanta DA Fannie Willis has a trap on Atlanta rappers. 1 month after Gunna snitched out, it was announced Baby was arrested Monday night for carrying a concealed firearm without a permit and was being held on $5,000 bail.
I need 20 bands, call the number for me. Hey, security, call the number for me. Locking me up for but I got life. Security, I need 200 bands a year. I swear to God, security. Security, I need 200 bands a year. You don't make 200 bands here. LA, my check ain't that 90. Nah, check me good. I gotta my neck. Check me good. You on the camera? I gotta my neck. Check me good. I gotta be.
Although it gets worse, 8 months ago, Academics revealed he had an evidence file of who the Atlanta feds were targeting next. On the list of who's next up, they have 4PF.
I've heard two of them. Like, I've heard the two of them. They're like, yo, these are getting going first, then these are going. I've heard the names. And I don't know if I should say it. Again, I got nothing to do with no investigation for nothing, whatever, but these are top rappers. Well, one's a top rapper. The other one, matter of fact, I'll do the segment without saying the name. I'll just say this. I believe you know who the obvious name is. They're in Atlanta. They go by three letters. They've been popping. One of the top, I would say, 3 rappers in the game.
With the YSL case being over and Fannie Willis not being able to sentence Young Thug or Gunna behind bars, she's angry, which is why people believe that Fannie is targeting their friend Lil Baby. DJ Academics believes his recent arrests are a warning for a RICO coming his way.
I'm gonna tell you some things that you're gonna have to take my word or don't believe it. It's fine. I don't care either or. When Fannie Willis started targeting YSL, Fannie Willis had a bunch of people to target. She wanted Thug. She got YFN. So she got YSL, YFN. Eventually, they were gonna get to 4PF. That's one of the reasons they changed their names, by the way. Except, from what I heard, the feds told them it's okay. We got it. So the feds told him, like, it's okay if you dismiss the charge. So they didn't go that hard with trying to get Dirk, especially after Blonde died. They dropped that case. They dropped it, but the feds has realized we gonna get Dirk eventually. Doing the math? You see why Lil Baby is moving the way he been? Because Lil Baby hasn't been on Fed watch. He's been on county, state watch.
Which might give answers to why Lil Baby was quiet for nearly the entire YSL case. He was laying low and not trying to draw any attention to himself. But another arrest he had was after he was stopped for illegal window tints.
Man, you know why before you open up these windows, they tinted. You can't see nothing. I'm a celebrity, man. Nobody can't see me. I don't know what celebrity you are. I can't have nobody see me right here. Let my window up. Oh, yeah, you good, but you can't have that tinted window, man. Alright, you know. Have a good day, man. Now, who are you? You say you, my name Lil Baby. Okay, I just need you to sign right here, okay? You got a pen?
footage got corrupted, and for an unknown reason, Lil Baby was pulled over again and arrested. Luckily for Lil Baby, he flew out his lawyer and got bailed out that same night. Not only do fans believe Gunna ratted or gave information on Lil Baby, but they also believe Young Thug could have slipped up on the jail phone, because a lot of jail call audios leaked of Young Thug snitching on people, and it's possible he could have leaked something about Lil Baby committing crimes, with a tweet reading, "Baby's gonna get caught up in this legal Atlanta mess. They have Thug and Gunna already. You telling me the feds won't go for all three?" Especially with what Thug was saying in the interrogation and phone calls, as Young Thug was leaked calling out Pee Wee Roscoe for an old hit against Lil Wayne's tour bus in 2015.
Our exterior painting process can be broken down.
This is from Wayne from New Orleans. I'm from Atlanta. It was in Atlanta, and I was in New Orleans. That was so weird. It was two us. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. They said Roscoe, but I don't know. I ain't finna. I don't want to block. I don't want to block out y'all case by saying Roscoe didn't do that. Say no, Roscoe. I'm like, bro. Well, I don't know, because every day, well, I don't know. I honestly don't know.
As rappers reacted to this, surprised, and 6ix9ine had this to say.
Yo, I just want to know where all the energy at. The Young Thug situation, I stood quiet 2 days just watching it play out. Watching what excuses the people come up with. Every day, every year, every time you come out, y'all move the goalposts further, 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 further. Oh, nah, bro, it's different. No, it's different, bro. It's different, bro. It's different. You told, like, before 12 in the afternoon, like, that's a forbidden rule. You can't do that. No, bro, it's okay, bro, because he told after 3, like, bro, it's so easy. They tell you have the right to remain silent. Anything used against you could be used in a court of law, whatever the case they say. You have the right to call an attorney right now. You spoke for 2 hours. 2 hours. I'm not. It's me, the horse. Like, I'm not saying that. Y'all heard what y'all heard. What's your energy at? Why hear everybody quiet? Why Lil Baby, 21 Savage, Future? Why you not saying that?
Rappers don't like how easily Young Thug was talking about other people committing crimes in the interrogation, as it was clear he said Pee Wee Roscoe's name for being involved, which led to YSL Mondo speaking about the Thug audios. He believes Young Thug absolutely snitched.
I just beat him off a Rico. Come home. Still talking about, oh, rat. Bro, that's God. That ain't nothing but God. Why you back in your... Bro, cause you supposed to been thankful that you just beat a life sentence in a Rico and came home and minded your business and been humble. But instead, you still coming out pushing the rat narrative, bro, and all that, this, that, and the third. Now, look, he came back and bought you bitch. But that ain't the key. The thing is, too, though, he brainwashed people. He still got talking about, and y'all heard what y'all own is. You got one AI, he did that in the third, and, oh, he ain't ran on nobody. Bro, if you sit down with 12 and bust out and say these words, if y'all talking about Gunna ratted from saying yes, ma'am, you mean to tell me this not making a rat by saying, if they said Roscoe, the bust up. And then a nigga, Roscoe did 10 years behind it. And you just got on the internet tomorrow, didn't rat on you? Boy, so brainwash is sickening. Y'all need daddy figures and y'all be sitting back waiting on something good, waiting on something to happen. Like, yeah, I'm gonna stick around, maybe, but put me on, maybe I can get some out. Roscoe, you the worstest. Twin, you worse than a rat himself. You did 10 years, Twin, behind Roscoe. You did 10 years behind it, brother. And you just come on the internet and didn't tell on you when everybody just heard the internet say your name a few times. You feel me?
But this was just the beginning, as Woody came out and warned rappers to stay away from Young Thug, or he'll bring them down with him.
Told them that. Gunna, but it was going over their head. It was going over their head because why ain't street? It ain't who they pretend to be. I said, leave Gunna alone. Gunna didn't do nothing wrong. Go look at Thug's interview. They said, why you didn't sign Lil Baby? Thug said, because I didn't want to pull Lil Baby in my... Hey, Lil Baby, I know you might be watching, partner. Got nothing to do with you. Get your money. Hey, we need somebody to win, buddy. It can't be you. Stay out of it. Hey, 21, y'all, stay out of it. Hey, cause get what, bro? One thing I know about it, it ain't got nothing to lose. He gonna take everybody down with him. Trust me. When it's time for him to stand up, he gonna stand up. They can say what they want to say about me. They can say what they want to say about me. But I ain't getting what nobody forced me to do.
21 Savage was quick to take the advice, as he unfollowed Young Thug the next day. The main reason that Woody said this was because he's been manipulated by Young Thug before. YSL Woody says Young Thug never paid for a lawyer for him in his interrogations. He used to defend Young Thug because he was manipulated, and Woody takes accountability for his actions.
There's no way you're supposed to be in the interrogation room without no lawyer. That goes back to the beginning. That man got all this money. He's supposed to take care of all y'all. He's supposed to make sure all y'all were good. But it ain't his job to do that. That's me. I'm defending him. It ain't his job to make sure, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm so blinded, I'm so manipulated. It ain't his job to, you know what I mean, do that. You know what I mean? We didn't know what we were getting ourselves into. Because if we knew what we were getting ourselves into, we would have never been in there. We would have never been in there at the beginning. I would. I didn't, like, I didn't respect a lot of stuff. Still don't.
With nearly nobody defending Young Thug, his sister spoke out. Young Thug's sister says people are calling him a snitch just because they know he can't come to Atlanta. She said we've been putting belt to. That's why everybody clicked up.
Don't be on the internet acting like my brother just, y'all know my brother ain't good. On the internet acting like y'all just, my brother, you know for a fact y'all doing it because he can't come back to Atlanta. Yeah. Don't do that. Don't click on do all this because they know he can't come back to Atlanta. That's the only thing it is, he can't come back here. All that spit on who? Then we gonna lay right there to A.
Come with me as I complete the Hop Skip Drive ride. I see I have a ride coming up in 15 minutes. His name is Kai.
Now we been put belt. That's why everybody clicked up.
Which only led into another Young Thug jail audio, where he surprisingly told 21 Savage he wished other rappers didn't call out Gunna for snitching so fast, as it's unclear if he wanted to label Gunna a snitch or not.
Right. I ain't finna say nothing about you on the internet. I ain't finna let the world know I ain't until just say so. But you know, that's what they supposed to do. Right. But ain't nobody trying to go at him to get clout. Yes, they have. Dirt says something to him, but that's it. Like, when ain't going on this. Like, well, I follow him. Yeah, but I mean, that's little boy. That ain't really saying that to no. That's just like, damn, I'm disappointed, bro. Yeah, but that's still. So guess what? That makes you. But I ain't saying they wrong. I'm just saying. Yeah, they come. Supposed to have a conversation with you for that anything. Yeah, but Wham did though. I talked to Wham so we get on the phone. Hey, you told Buddy them to do that? Right. I was like, all right, say less. Same shit. I'm talking off top. Soon to happen.
Some people really hate Young Thug for this, as Charleston White called him out.
Say listen, I prophesied this. Right now, say TCV is looking at all this old videos. I told y'all Young Thug was gonna tell it. I told y'all. I'm almost willing to bet with any rapper. If they keep Young Thug locked up 6 more months in the conditions he in, he'll tell to get out of jail too. They keep him 6 more months. Locked up in them conditions like that there. He'll tell to get out of jail too. He about ready to break. I told y'all, I am the new prophet. I thought, man, what's he gonna talk? A 2-hour interrogation, and you mad at Yak got it. You mad at Gunna. Gunna don't have no interrogation case, and everybody mad at Gunna. This is what I tell y'all. Hip hop is fake.
But it's weird with Charleston because he praised Gunna for snitching out of the case, but hates on Young Thug for doing the same thing. He hates Thug so bad that he wants to destroy his career.
Say, listen, Atlanta, I know y'all love Thug, and I love y'all. But y'all just bear with me. I'm finna destroy Young Thug. He will not be able to rap no more. Woody, be quiet. Rollo, you know they wrong for how they did you. Lil Baby, you might as well stop hanging with Thug. Gunna, don't talk. Just stay back. Let me get this. I got y'all. Can't nobody beat me. I'm finna destroy thanks. Come on now.
But academics revealed a lot of the industry is just split on if it's considered snitching. Many people think he did and others don't, which is all based on which rapper they like more.
If you ask me that somebody we like snitch, no snitch. Somebody we don't like, all right, we gonna look at you. So it goes. The first rule of did somebody
Tell y'all, it's better be liked. Be right. And let me tell you why. When we like somebody, we make them all time. He ain't tell. Yo, he mentioned his man's didn't, but his man's, yeah, but his man was, his man eventually. You know the favorite one? Yo, bro. Yo, is anybody even locked up because of that? No, ain't nobody locked up. Yo, bro, he ain't snitched. Ain't nobody locked up because of what he said. I ain't snitched. You know what I mean? Third one. I love this one. This is like my favorite. He ain't snitched. Yo, he just spun the cops. Like, if anything, he did him a solid. He pointed him in another direction.
As it was the same situation with Gunna. Some fans defended him and others called him out. But you have to know that in the end, casual fans just don't care about snitching.
Man, I ain't gonna cap with y'all, man. Listen, I'm having a absolute blast. Now, here's the thing. I'm a civilian. And I think rappers don't realize that most civilians don't care about snitching. We really don't care. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, I listen to King Von, I listen to, I don't want to, people that I don't care about, I don't even like, I don't like criminals, but I listen to the music. I'm watching the street right now, they're going through, yo, everybody, yo, they're having crisis management teams trying to figure out, yo, they're fighting for their lives right now, man. Yo, who's a snitch, who's not a snitch? It's a snitch off, this is great. Yo, I love when street have to prove themselves to us. Because we watching like, we really don't care, but sure, crash out, go ahead.
Knowing Young Thug had no way out of this, he released his song. Something interesting in the music video for it is that it starts from the moment Young Thug was released from jail, as his lawyer is seen in the background dressed up, and Young Thug wears the same clothes that he took his plea deal with.
Hope that you allow me to go home today and just trust in me to just do the right thing and never see you again, and find it in your heart to allow me to go home and be with my family and just do better as a person. I know what I...
So essentially, the total sentence is 40 years to serve the first 5 years in prison, but commuted to the time that you have already served, followed by 15 years on probation.
But Young Thug trying to make music is an issue for him. With it reported, the state of Georgia has filed a motion to revoke Young Thug's probation and send him back to jail, which resulted in a tweet reading, Benzino calls out the system for leaking Thug's private jail calls, saying it's unconstitutional and designed to bait him while on probation. He believes the government purposely leaked them without watermarks to sway public opinion.
What I'm more surprised at and more kind of pissed off at is,
throw it as hard as you want. Go on. Watching it zip away feels like it might just keep going, right? Nope, here it comes. This thing's a total game changer. Throw it across the...
How is this even constitutional that a prison, which is part of the system, right, can leak private phone calls? I don't... It blows me. How did that happen? Now, they're saying, well, who leaked them? Somebody had to get money for them. Nah, because there's no watermark on them. If TMZ bought them, you can best believe TMZ's watermark will be all over them. There's no watermark. I guarantee the government's leaking them because they know what they're doing. They know, let me tell you something, from the feds to City Hall to the mayor to the governor, they all got a communications department where they have hired staff that all they do is look at social media for various reasons. That's it. And us, as a community and culture, we just give them everything they want. It's easy.
Although Academics is getting fed up with them going back and forth, because realistically, they're all good, they're rich, and shouldn't try acting street still.
You know, I like all this wild stuff. I like Thug, I like Gun. I'm gonna like him before I'm gonna like him after. But I'm gonna tell you what they got wrong at. They've been propagating the street code. These are millionaires, made it from the bottom. But they're obsessed with trying to portray the image that they're the realest street devil. I just see Woody Purple post. He says, no, I'm not okay. Huh? Since when is street is sounding like a white girl's Karen? Everybody in that situation needs therapy. And the reality why they all need therapy is because they made it. When YSL was known by you and me, YSL was lit, popping. But they weren't happy with all the money and all. They still want to propagate the same. And as soon as Johnny Law come, they don't want to do it no more. They start thinking about their mamas, their sisters, their kids. Never seen something like that. It's the first time I've seen gangsters need therapy.
country, but people inside of America have to get veneers to achieve that whiteness, okay? In Japan,
From rappers defending their families.
But that was your second time, like bringing up something, challenging me as a father and playing with me.
To artists avoiding legal traps.
I'm seeing a lot of blue. The color blue seems to be very
It's
prominent.
a nice color, my boy.
These moments show what happens when Vlad crosses the line and needs to be checked.
I would just take your bed, then you buy your bed right there, and shave your bed with an ice cold razor right there, and splash Clorox on your face.
Whether it's 03 Greedo refusing to disrespect legends.
What? Give me out your...
Or Tony Yayo calling out the backlash from Vlad TV interviews.
I get a lot of with you, man. You gotta understand, like, you gotta chill out, like.
These clips show exactly why you gotta move smart and never fall for Vlad's setup.
Realistically, it's like it's a such thing as bait. Like there's a such thing as bait. You're a dater. You're a trickster.
So grab a snack and get comfy, because these are the best moments when rappers check DJ Vlad. Sue Surf. Sue Surf delivered one of the most direct checks of DJ Vlad by calling him a baiter and a trickster who gets people indicted. Surf's breakdown of how Vlad operates was brutal. He explained how Vlad fishes for information from guests who aren't smart enough to recognize the traps being set for them.
You're in a room and you just peek back and you see what we're doing, but you know what we don't. No, there's no telling, period. There's no telling. There's no.
I'm a civilian.
You're a civilian?
Yeah, you shoot or rob me, I'm telling you.
See, but you might not treat you like that, Vlad. I'm not gonna lie.
It is what it is.
Might hold you up to a high standard.
I'm living my truth. You know what I mean?
Might hold you up to a high standard.
I'm not gonna go shooting back at you.
You got a couple indicted.
No, I didn't get anybody indicted.
You got a couple.
I didn't get a single person indicted. Who did I get indicted?
I ain't about to open another indictment on who you indicted.
My name is on no paperwork. Nobody got indicted.
Realistically, it's like it's a such thing as bait. Like it's a such thing as bait. You're a baiter. You feel me? Like you're a bait. So you not. Of course, you wouldn't take the bait for. You wouldn't say I got anybody indicted, but you fish. You feel me? You fish. And some of you know what I mean. Some of my peers and some of you know what I mean. Some of the people that sat in this seat aren't. I wouldn't say smart enough, but you feel me? Aren't fast enough. You know what I mean? Aren't witty enough or aren't intelligent enough to know when this bait being swung their way or when they're supposed to dip the bait, you know what I mean, type shit. So hell yeah, you're definitely, you know when they say unknown CI, like it's you didn't do it, but hell yeah.
I mean, I don't work with the police. I
No,
don't operate.
of course not.
I don't take the stand. I don't. If the police ever try to seize any sort of footage, I would deny it. I would fight it.
This was one of the rawest call-outs of Vlad's interview tactics.
You don't got to go straight to YouTube.
Yeah, whatever. You know, right now you're wearing a microphone under your shirt. There's another microphone pointing at you and two cameras pointing at you.
That was up to me.
Whatever you say is totally up to you.
No, but
and when you say no comment, I go on to the next question.
That I fully agree with you, but see, that's what I said.
But when you said I get people indicted, I don't get anybody indicted. I don't get nobody indicted. I'm gonna put my foot down on that one.
Nah, listen, I respect it. I respect that. You feel me? Like I respect you. And I'm not saying that like you don't sign nobody paperwork. You don't. You understand what I'm saying? But from a consumer standpoint, from somebody that's in the street, you know what I mean? Like you know, in a certain world, and you know, you sit back and you watch somebody. You know what I mean? Like you're a trickster. You know what I mean? Like you could like
trick people.
A person that does not, a person that isn't fast enough to keep up with what's going on, a person that can't speak, you know what I mean, that everybody doesn't speak well, everybody doesn't, when the lights on, you know what I mean, everybody isn't, you know what I mean, so granted, I'm gonna sit here on their own.
Well, I'll put it,
could get tangled up in the Vlad TV interview.
Well, I'll put it like this. Some people that have interviewed with me have gotten arrested after the fact.
October is Colorado Lottery Conservation Month. When you buy any lottery game, everyone in Colorado wins.
Hi, can I go?
Ruga's interview with DJ Vlad turned into a tense situation when the Chicago rapper had enough of Vlad's invasive questions about his personal life and parenting skills.
I just made a post the other day about my son, how he changed me and made me just look at my whole life in a different perspective, you feel me? Just knowing, like, it's been times I've been ready to risk it all, you know what I'm saying? Do whatever behind losing guys and all that. I look looked at it like, you know what I'm saying? I had to look at my son, you feel me, and see what I was gonna be putting at risk. And man, that boy changed me, man. For real. Sometimes it don't be apparent. Sometimes you can do the best you can for a child, and they still get out here and pick up in ways and do dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? But if that's what they pass, that's what they pass. It's like, ain't nothing we can do about it. You, me, nobody. If they pass that law, you just gonna be around here, your ass better not be acting up. Cause I ain't paying no fines. We gonna have to deal with it, man.
I mean, do you think it's, I mean, listen, you have, every child is an individual. And I know that sometimes kids just go off the deep end. But, you know, usually when you see a really, really bad kid, it usually goes with an absentee parent.
Sometimes it's a 50-50. My mama always disciplined us right. You know what I'm saying? It is up to you as a person to do that. And I'm telling you from experience. My mama was never the type to influence us to do anything bad, and wouldn't let us to this day. You know what I'm saying? My mama still be on me to this day.
You know, you've always claimed GD. When your son gets a certain age, and he said, Dad, I want to be a GD, what are you going to tell him?
Hell no.
The situation escalated when Ruger felt that Vlad was crossing the line by repeatedly bringing up his son and challenging his abilities as a father.
Do you feel like I just rubbed you the wrong way when I told you that I really didn't want to talk about murders and all of that?
No.
I feel like I did, because you was like you kept going for my son after that.
No, not at all.
Yeah,
not at all. And if you feel that I somehow did that, and if you feel like I'm using your son to try to prove a point, or because I'm upset or something, that's definitely not the case. And I'm going to apologize if that came across that way, because that's not how I do it.
I'm GD, I'm a grown ass man. This shit about growth and development. You understand what GD means?
Growth and development.
Exactly. It's really not sending a bad message. Yeah, I would love for my son to grow and develop the right way, but I don't want him claiming the shit because of the politics that come behind all of this street shit.
You essentially did the biggest GD song of all time.
Yeah.
You were essentially the poster child of the Gangster Disciples.
Growth and development.
Growth and development. Okay, fair enough.
Ruger made it crystal clear that there were certain boundaries that shouldn't be crossed.
Because that was like your second time. I appreciate the apology, but that was your second time, like bringing up some challenging me as a father and playing with me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I'm not playing with you as a father. I respect fathers. You know, I mean, I had a father in my life until the day he died at 84 years old.
Say less.
No, absolutely. And I don't do that type of shit.
Yeah.
If it came across that way, not at all my intention, man. I respect a lot that, you know, regardless of the situation with your son's mother, you play a very active role in your son's life. But I appreciate you bringing that up, because I don't want you to leave that interview thinking, oh, Vlad is somehow trying to get at me, or he's trying to kind of come at me sideways, because that's
no, it's just, you know, I that's all it is, bro. I get tired of talking about that about just murder, sad shit. So I'm at a different point in my life, you know what I'm saying? I'm happy. I feel good. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to feel sad right now. You know what I'm saying? That's all. That shit make me sad. I don't want to be sad. I want to be happy, man.
U-God came into his Vlad TV interview with zero patience for DJ Vlad's typical antics. From the very beginning, the Wu-Tang legend made it clear he wasn't gonna play games.
All right, here we go. U-God, welcome to Vlad TV.
What's up, man?
So you guys are all hustling, and then two of you go and get record deals.
Well, you know, RZA came back to the hood and Jizza too, and they came back and yada yada yada, you know, came back, got their wolves, got their goons.
Now during the time though, you were hustling.
You asking me or you telling me?
Well, I mean, I've seen your other interviews, so I guess I'm asking you, but I kind of already know the answer.
U-God's frustration with Vlad's repetitive questioning became even more obvious as the interview continued.
So the Wu-Tang Clan starts to form, and you guys start to work on the first project. How much of it did you actually see come together? Because at one point you ended up getting locked up.
You know the damn story, Blard, man. Stop acting like you don't know the damn story, man. You know I was locked up.
You actually started off. When you put that together, did you think it was a hit?
I think it was a hit. I just put it together, man. And I just did my song and I did my little piece and I kept it moving. I don't think, I just do.
When you heard the whole album get put together, did you think that this was going to be something as big as what it became, or was it just another cool?
I'm 57 and my son says I need to spend hours in the gym to lose weight at my age. Oh no.
Well, I don't understand why people even ask that, man. You just do the work and you just put the work in. Whatever happens, happens, man. As an artist, I don't see no artists out here sucking their own dick until they become successful. Until they become successful. Steve Aoki didn't know it was gonna be that successful neither until it hit the fan. So after it hit the fan, that's when we started realizing this was gonna be bigger than what it was gonna be.
Why did you guys decide to do a double album?
I don't know, you need to ask Steve Aoki that shit about that flash. Ask him why he wanted to do a double album. You keep asking me, did you know how big you was gonna be, motherfucker? Did you? No, not till you did it, damn shit, didn't you? All right.
Wait, no, I mean, sometimes though, you talk to certain artists and they're like, yeah, when I recorded this, I knew it was gonna be it.
Nah, that's some bullshit. Oh, that's them dudes sucking their own. I don't hear that sucker shit.
Wu-Tang is for the children.
Yeah, exactly. That was a good phrase. But yeah, man, I miss that dude, man. He was yeah, it was a good time. See, we're talking. You got me reminiscing. You over here on the goddamn shit. You got me reminiscing over here. Lying.
You look at Old Dirty and you're like, there's absolutely nobody. Like
No. I got stand corrected with that. Old Dirty's idol was Biz Markie.
You know, Method Man dropped a solo album, Raekwon dropped a verbal tape, Jizza dropped Swords, ODB dropped his album, and so forth. Was there a reason why you didn't drop an album right away?
Oh, me? Yeah. Like I said, when I just told you, man, he wasn't worried about me. He had all those side groups, man. He had all them Sons of Man,